Hello everybody, this is going to be a detailed tutorial on how to complete Chimps mode on Muddy Puddles. Now I'm going to be doing this on the challenge editor just because it's going to be a lot easier to do that because we will fail on some levels. There's a lot of RNG aspects to a certain few levels, but let's get into it. First is going to be Quincy. His placement is very precise, which is right there. So if you look at the bottom part of his circle, and there's this little fat tire mark right here. You want it to just be inside of that. And his top circle is going to be right on the inner layer of these tire marks. Right there. As long as those two placements are correct, you should be 6 through 8, and I failed. So his placement was off. It's very easy to get the wrong placement. But fortunately, it's only the first few rounds, so you can try it as many times as you'd like. So it appears this one is going to work. 7 is the tester round. And it looks like we're fine. Yeah, look at this circle here. Just on the inner edge of those tire marks and right in the little part of the fat tire mark. So that'll clear 6 through 8. Then we'll get our sub in position. You want him to be as far left and up as you can get him. But if you look at his circle, it's just on the inner edge of those tire marks there. And there's going to be a monkey. There's a spot at the very corner where there's only 2 pixels. And you want him on the right of those 2 pixels. So right there. He's going to be on last, and the sub will be on strong for round 9. So he'll continually fire up, and the sub will pick off the strong ones. Back to strong. Now round 10. It's another dart monkey. His placement isn't that vital, just as long as he can shoot up this lane. And we're going to be placing another dart monkey at the end of this round. So if you look at these tire marks, there's one little pointer there, and below it there's another one. You want to be on the right side of that second one, and you're going to spam Q and click to get this dart monkey down ASAP. Now. Because you need him down to be able to pop those stragglers. Back to strong. 11 is nothing. .12 is going to be another dart monkey. His placement is pretty important. It's right there. So his bottom circle goes in the center of this roadway. His right and the top circle is halfway through these tire marks right there. You want him on strong and him on first. And we are going to use rapid fire on these yellows. Now. 13 is double strong, and we don't have to do anything. As long as he's placed properly, you'll get enough double pops to have enough popping power. It looks like it worked just fine. And we have a sub for 14. His placement needs to be about here, so the top circle is in the tire marks, and the bottom circle is in the center. He stays on first. You're going to start him on last, but you'll see, I think, 5 greens come through. Once there's 1 left, you switch him to first. We'll run it on slow to show you. So here comes the greens. 1 left, now first, and you should pop that round, no problem. Okay. That should have worked. I've never had issues with that round, but it can happen. Let's run it again. One left, back to first. See, and it worked fine that time. His positioning is still the same. I'll get ready to use his ability on these yellows now. Alright, so that's that round. Now 15 is probably the most difficult round here. You're going to be placing a sub right there. I tend to use this guy on first, and this guy on first, and these three on strong. And you get long range when you can, but this is a highly RNG round. You just have to spam this until you get past 15. You're going to die on 15 a lot. But on the bright side, you get very good at the other rounds while you do this. But you'll get it eventually. Not that time. Slow it down. Oh, I think we got it that time. See, that was easy. It's just a matter of getting the proper RNG. Now 16 is a tough round as well. Starts on strong, and then move him to first once these balloons start to round this corner. The bottom sub we're talking. Same thing for the next wave. So once this wave clears, move him back to strong. Wait for these yellows to pop, and then back to first. I don't think we got it that time. Close. But you get the idea there. Start him on strong. Once they start to round the corner, back to first. Once these clear out, we'll put him on strong again. And once the yellows pop, he's on first. So we got it that time. And then just put them all back on strong for the next ones. Get advanced intel this round. 18. We need to use his ability here once the big wave of greens come through. So we'll slow it down just to make sure we have the ability ready as soon as they get in range. I'll just use it now. I did miss a few, so I could lose. Nope, we got it. That round is kind of tight. It's dependent on when you use the ability. What do I now? 19? And you can get double guns at the end too, which kind of make that smoother. 19 is nothing. Usually want these on first. 20 is nothing. Just make sure they're on first. On 21, I tend to get my sniper. On strong. We get full metal jacket. On 22, I change these to first for 22 just because we don't want them all targeting the blacks and whites, because when they pop, they're very fast. So you want them to hit the fast balloons. You can just lose there very easily, but we got it that time. So now we'll change these back to strong. And we need to place another dart monkey just to get some shot coverage right about there for 23. There we go. Next thing we're going to get is air burst. And we do have to use our ability on 25 when these purples come out. So we'll slow it down. You'll see these stop coming. Now, get ready for the wave and ability. Okay, and 26 we should get enough for our air burst. There it is. This guy can handle our leads, which are coming in a couple levels here. But next thing we get is triple guns, I believe. It is kind of scary, but they never will beat that. We got triple guns. Next is going to be our alchemist. We place him right in this little nook here. I always tend to set him on strong. And you can get him to acid tip before 33, because we have to have our camo detection ready for 33, which is going to be this monkey right here. He's going to be our vision for camo. So Quincy can see camo here, and this dart monkey can see it here. So there's our coverage. I think we get Berserk next. And I tend to put a dart monkey up here too for more vision. It helps on some of the later rounds. Just so we can start shooting a little sooner. We're gonna get stronger stim next. So we get stronger stim and armor pierce before 40. With I think $284 remaining. And that's the toughest part. Once you get past round 23, it's really a lot easier. You can still very easily lose, but $285. There we go, and now we'll start building our villages. That's our next step here. So you want to tuck one in this corner as low as you can get it, because you need to get maximum range out of it. Get bottom path 2. And we'll build our second village. We'll tuck him right there. And again, tuck him in there, get bottom path 2. And now we'll build our second sub next. His placement isn't that vital as long as he's in range of both villages and the alchemist. We're going to upgrade. Okay, so that was a misclick. And this is why we're in challenge mode. Because we can just back out. If you're in an actual game, you're going to be much more careful. We're going to get him to the same here, 204. Once they're built, we can start upgrading these villages. To at least jungle drums. But these rounds, these middle rounds, are not very difficult with the subs. So the subs are done. Now the top village is the one you want to give jungle drums to. No, I guess we should build our helicopter, number 1. And again, you want to tuck him as far down as you can get him. Right there. Let's get him to 301. And then we're going to get camo detection in the bottom village. And now we're not... I guess we'll get acid pull and faster throwing here now. So that's the last thing you get until you get Apache. So the next thing we're getting is Apache. And that's right before 63. $55 is the only round in between that you could have some trouble with, but typically it's not an issue. Now you are going to be better off putting this on mouse follow on slow, but in editor mode you don't really have to worry about that. Yeah, they didn't get very far on 55. He doesn't get very good until he gets the Apache upgrade. And our second helicopter is going to go up here. So he's in this range. He won't be in the camo range, but he will be getting camo on his own. Here comes our BFB, which typically isn't a problem. Almost on 63 when we can afford our Apache. But on 63 is a level where you have to change this to follow mouse. Now I'm going to run it on pursuit to show you how you lose pretty much every time. And how to properly do it so you can beat it most of the time. So here's our Apache. So I'll put him in a good position. We'll run this on pursuit to show you that it won't beat it without. Okay. Of course it beats it that time. But I bet it won't beat the second round. Okay, and it did. So all you need to do is beat those second two rounds. I'm gonna restart that round to show you how to do it on mouse over. So basically you put him right here so that he's firing slightly to the right. Okay, and of course I died. Now I look like a fool. Oops, I didn't mean to put it on fast. That was a misclick. So put him just off the screen. So the Razor rotors have more time. And then just full speed go down. Just like that. That's going to take some trial and error too, so practice this round a lot. And then the third wave, you just use the rain of arrows. Like now. And that's 63. Now we're going to build our glue monkey next. Now you want to make sure he's in range of both villages here, because he needs to hit camo. And you're going to get him to 013. What else do I have? Okay. Once you get him to 013, the next thing we're going to build is our second chopper. And this chopper is going to be a downdraft chopper. And just make sure he's in the Jungle Drums village. He's going to be 2-3-0. The downdraft is going to be vital for later rounds. Again, when I completed this, I had this guy on follow mouse the entire run, and I ran it on slow. It's much more consistent to be able to catch those stragglers yourself, as opposed to depending on the pursuit programming. I think on 69, yep. What did we get after that? Okay. Now we're gonna get this glue gunner to glue splatter. And this village to primary training. That's gonna allow this glue gunner to hit this tier, and even this tier. So he's gonna be our main method of slow. Our only method of slow. Now we don't do anything until 76. 76 is our camo, not our camo, our ceramic regrow round. I think the next upgrade we buy is going to be our Apache Prime. We don't get that until 84 though. So we're a ways away. So now that we're on 74, almost ready for 76. The Apache does work here. The subs are great mid-game, but they fall off late game. You can beat this with sub-commander and subs in this hold too. So put 76 on slow, and just use Rain of Arrows once they get a little bit onto the screen. Because you can mess up Rain of Arrows if your downdraft chopper here blows one of the ceramics off the stage. And then if you use Rain of Arrows, it's going to target that one off the stage, and your arrows won't even show up. You can lose like that. That's not a good way to lose. So next is 78 is when we use double Rain of Arrows, or Storm of Arrows, I should say. So again, I'll put it on slow. As soon as those ceramics get to about right here, is when we're going to use Storm of Arrows. And you'll hear them. Now, use it. Because we need it to be up as soon as possible to hit the second wave. You won't be able to use it until they're about right here. It's kind of scary. It's just how the cooldowns line up. There's our BFB. At this point, you can just spam your 2 button. Because here they come now. It is it's a tight fit there. 79 is nothing. And we're going to use Quincy's ability on this ZOMG when it comes into round, as soon as she can hit it here. Money's starting to rack up. We will use it right now. And I do get fairly close on 80. Alright. 82 is the next tester round. 82, you need to have both of these choppers on follow mouse. And you use Storm of Arrows as soon as the first fortified BFB pops. So we'll walk you through that. We'll put this one on slow. Both on follow mouse, put everything on slow. Now you want to basically angle your choppers so they have maximum uptime piercing these BFBs. So they're hitting the most balloons possible on every shot. So wait till we see the fortifieds. There's our first one coming through now. When you see that first one pop, we're going to use our Storm of Arrows. So it's going to pop here shortly. So now, use Storm of Arrows. Just keep it all lined up. Now this is where you have to maximize your uptime. Just keep following them. You gotta have faith that your downdraft is gonna push those ceramics back. That should be it. We should have that. Beautiful. And that's 82. What's the next thing? 83. Okay. On 83 we have to use Storm of Arrows as soon as it's off cooldown, because there's going to be a bunch of Moabs coming through here shortly. Just use it now. Otherwise you get overwhelmed there. We still almost died there. And 84 is when we finally get enough money for Prime. And we are going to use Quincy's ability here, but we're going to wait till the ZOMG comes into play. I think it's a ZOMG. Never mind. You just use it now, as soon as the Moabs start to round this corner. And we're very close to Apache Prime. Just spam that button, because you need it the moment it's available. Which is about right now. Boom. And then just watch as he melts the rest of them. Easy. Nice. Now we can run a few rounds and we get a Sabotage Ninja ready. Try to make sure he's in bulk discount village. We don't need this until, I think, 90. Yeah. Because we're going to Sabo on 90. This setup will clear these rounds no problem. What do I need on 92 is the next thing. Oh, then we get our second Sabo. Okay, we Sabo these DDTs as soon as they come on the screen. Just slow it down so you're ready for it. And should be now. Use Sabo. Very nice. Next thing we're going to get is our MIB. And a second Sabo. Yeah, I'm trying to make sure he's not in Alchemist range. What do I need on 92? Alright, on 92, Quincy's gonna rapid shoot. Not the fortified Moabs, but when the ZOMG is in range is when you do it. There's the ZMG. Once that comes in range, we are going to rapid fire. So right about now. And that should be enough to get us through here. And we should get enough for a second Sabo. There it is. Now 93, we are going to Sabo the DDTs when they're in range. So we'll slow it down. There they are. Beautiful. I don't know. What are we on? We're 93. Okay. We can speed it back up. 94 is a nothing round, but the next thing we're going to end up building is our overclock alchemist. So we can start getting him ready. And our Potion Master. Unstable Concoction. We can build him for 95. We're going to double Sabo on 95. Okay, so get your Sabos ready. I suggest slowing it down. So as soon as you hear these pops stop, that's when your DDTs are coming. So you're ready for it. Just listen. Now watch this cloud. When the cloud goes away, use your second Sabo. Cloud's gone. I was maybe a second early. So we'll speed that back up. Alright, now 96 is another very tough round, so I would suggest practicing this round as well. You are going to use Rapid Fire, you are going to use Storm of Arrows, we're going to buy Overclock, and we're going to use Sabo as soon as it's up. So, get your finger on Overclock first, and you're going to be using these abilities. Let's get our dudes in position here. So we'll run it on slow. So once these start to get in decent range, we're going to use Rapid Fire. So now, once they pop, I'm going to use... That was a bad Storm of Arrows, but I should have waited on the Storm of Arrows. I think we'll be okay still. I just spam that overclock button. We should afford it fairly soon since these pop. And you are supposed to Sabo here, but I ended up not needing it. But I might just die because I didn't use it. I didn't. But you should Sabo there too. So we got lucky. You're supposed to Sabo there as well. So overclock and use Sabotage as soon as the first ZOMG pops. So let's get these in position. And what we're overclocking here is the Apache Prime. So again, overclock now, and you're going to Sabo as soon as this first one pops. So keep it on slow so you can time it properly. Just watch it. Usually pops about right here, and Sabo. It's another round that gets very close. See, that was extremely close. Whew. Quincy is going to rapid shot, and we are going to Sabo and use overclock when it's available on 98. So first thing we're going to do is, once these get in range, is use rapid fire. Once these ZOMGs are in range, I should say. Right now, use that. And now we will use our sabotage and overclock. That should be enough to handle that. You do have Storm of Arrows available. It's not necessary, but you can use it if you feel like it. I think now's a good time to use it if you wanted to. Okay. So we can start to upgrade for first strike. On 99, all we're going to do is sabo the fortified DDTs. So keep it on slow. As soon as you see him come in range, now you sabo. And we're going to buy first strike for 100. And that should be enough. So as soon as this round starts, we are going to overclock. And once this bad rounds the corner and starts to straighten out about right here, is when we use our first strike ability. So once it gets to the final stage and rounds the corner. So it's at stage 1 right now. I think it's at stage 2. It's hard to tell with all that purple junk on it. But once these side little things go away, you're on the final stage. It should be now, so it's gone. Let it round the corner. And now. Boom. And that's how you beat Chimps mode on Muddy Puddles. Again, special thanks to Infinity for helping me start on this map as well. I used multiple videos to watch and get specific strategies and ideas and kind of pulled them together. I'll put some of the inspiring videos in the description so I don't leave anybody out. And thanks for watching. Leave in the comments if you want me to do any other maps, and we'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.